Well, I'm back. So for several months I haven't been able to post any video. It's not that I never had a chance to make videos. I actually made several videos. I just kept on deleting them. The reason being, let me set that. The reason being that several members of my family actually told me that it's not a point. They're gonna start harassing us and this and whatever not. So there's no point in talking about the injustice done to you. Nobody's gonna listen. But then recently, this guy Donald Trump got elected as the president of the United States, and he started talking about several things and his hatred towards Muslims and everything. And I figured out that if we remain quiet against the wrongdoers and people, especially the people who have the ability to come in power and change our lives, then we are actually helping them destroy our lives. And as the saying goes, it's a prophetic tradition by Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that help the wrongdoer by stopping him. So I've decided to continue these videos. Some of the videos that I deleted, I don't care about them. But I'm going to continue from a point where I left. And I'm going to go to the very beginning, when in 2011, a CSIS agent identifying himself as Darren Prescott, obviously not his real name, right? So they use pseudonyms a lot of times, or aliases. He came to my house, knocked on my door on a Saturday. I was working in Calgary at that time. And he said that he had received some kind of a poison pen from me, about me. That he never told me what exactly happened. Then he started asking me fishing questions. And I did not know, because I had never actually done anything criminal, or I had never actually shown any form of hatred towards anybody. Well, at least not at that time. So I wondered what happened. And then the CSIS guy, then started to go to my, CSIS personnel, they started to go to my employer at that time. I was working as a consultant in Calgary. And I got fired from my job, right? So obviously, no company wants to have an employee who's been accused of being a threat to national security, or having some kind of poison pen, or even just if you have a government person like a public safety guy or Canadian Secret Service person visiting you or inquiring about you. Who would want to hire you? Who would want to keep an employee like that? So they just fired me. They didn't give me any reason, but whatever. They had themselves very well covered from a legal perspective, so I couldn't do anything against my employer at that time. But then this guy showed up again at my house, and by that time I had started asking and Googling about what is CSIS and why do they come to people's houses. I spoke to, at that time, Care Canada. And then they said that you don't have to speak to these people. Okay, they asked fishing questions. The question that you're telling us, these are fishing questions. And they just want to get some information from you so they can build a case against you. I'm like, wow, why would that happen? Anyway, they said, well, you should not talk to them. And remember all those lawyers saying those things, that you should never talk to the police or government people? It's not their sales pitch. It's actually a fact. And as we go forward, I'm going to show you why it is true and why it is so, and how right they are in saying that you should never talk to the police or the government people. Because remember, these people, they build their resumes around convictions and how many people they have actually caught. Okay? They're not here to help you. Okay? You will never see a police officer saying or any government official saying, yeah, we want this guy and then he left. He's such a nice guy. Because that's not what they do. The only way for them to grow up or move up a ladder is by getting more and more convictions for them. So just be careful about that. Okay? The only thing you should say to the police or to any of these government people is nothing. So that's what I told him. I said, look, go away. I don't want to talk to you, okay? Left. And then just some member of my family told me, oh, you should not do that. You should cooperate with these people. Call them again and say you want to continue talking to them. And at that time, I actually fell into this. I fell for this thing, and I just thought I could trust this person in my family. As clearly he was, or she was, whatever, older than me. And I called this guy, and I asked him to have one more conversation with me. Now this is the interesting part. Watch this video and you will see how he tried to get information about me, and hopefully throughout this conversation I'll try to give you pointers as to what he was trying to do at that time. You will see how he tries to get my knowledge of different languages, how he tries to fish out some information as to what groups I belong to, what places I've been to in Pakistan. And in the future, that's what actually served as their pointer. And when the RCMP and the CBSA, they later on came and accused me, I understood where they had started, and it exactly is the information sharing that the CSIS gave them. And this one misunderstanding that was created by CSIS back then led to other agencies following up. And obviously they did not want to tell the world that, oh, look, we made a mistake, we're so stupid. So they followed up with that. But anyway, watch this video. This was in Edmonton. I think it was in March, late March, yeah, of 2011. He came on 99, not 99, like Parsons Street in South Edmonton Common, under a place I think it's called Chapters Indigo at that time, and there was a Starbucks over there. This guy comes to meet me, and at that time I had smartened up and I started recording police or any of my encounters with any of these so-called law enforcement agencies at that time. And people were asking, why did I record people without their knowledge? This is one of the reasons. And you will see, and I think this might actually help people who've been visited by CSIS regarding their cases, or even their lawyers, as to how these people work, how they interview you, how they interrogate you, how they try to get your information about different websites, especially for my Muslim brothers, okay? Remember, they already have some information about you, and they've already made assumptions about you, and they're not willing to let go of those assumptions. So don't think that they're gonna, by talking to them, you're actually clarifying anything, because they don't want any clarification. They just want more information to make a case against you. And especially after Bill C-51, now they can detain you. So be careful with that. Anyway, watch this video. The guy's name is Darren Prescott in South Edmonton Common in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, in 2011. And you'll be amazed that something that started in 2011 ended up with me being arrested in 2014 and being deported in 2015. This is how they work. Take it away.